those of you seeing the rebroadcast, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. This is Jacob Robertson of the CoronaCafe. Main channel, so we're going to behave ourselves, because we're eventually going to put this on YouTube. And I'm just going to pretend like this is a Twitch audience and be like, hey guys, how's it going? What's up? Oh my god. All my friends are in the house. Yay, go Twitch. Woohoo. I've cracked one of the codes of the new internet. We'll talk about that before people come in. Probably talk about it again. The way you should communicate on the new internet, if you don't want to get in trouble, is you just can't lash out at people anymore. You have to treat it almost like a corporate work environment. Unless you're a leftist, then you can get away with murder because it's based out of Silicon Valley. And the left does control the culture. But if you want to just basically get by, you can still like espouse your conservative viewpoints or whatever they are. You just need to be civilized about it. And understand that you don't get to play by the same rules the other side does. And that's fine. I mean, it's unfair, but there's nothing you can really do about it, so whatever. I'm going to shoot a message to some of my peeps as I wait for some peeps to come in. And then I'll be like, hey, what up, peeps? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Oh my god, I should put on my glasses before trying to type. There's a reason I wear these things. It's so I can see. And now I can see that I couldn't see. What we do is we go to groups. And then we go to our group. And we say, hey, group. Hey, group. On the main page. It's hard to talk and do this at the same. And we press enter. And that's not actually what causes it to send, so we do post. Yeah, that's about that. If you want to go ahead and fast forward to something, you can fast forward to it, and maybe you'll see me talking more and be like, whoa, how good it is. Okay. Well, we'll just get on. Maybe some people will show up. Maybe they won't. Oh, it's a friend's birthday. I'm not going to look at the Facebook. It's a bunch of crap. I hate Facebook. It's terrible. And I'm on Facebook right now, but there's nothing I can do about it. We can talk about why I'm on Facebook right now as opposed to, like, YouTube. The reason I'm on Facebook right now as opposed to YouTube is in order to do mobile live on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers, which I could buy, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know, it feels jicky to me. I'd rather grow my channel organically as opposed to just buying viewers. There's another aspect of it, which is, well, actually, that's really it. It's just I don't want to buy them. If I had buckets of money to just throw at it, maybe I would do it that way. But it seems like it would be inauthentic to people who naturally just come there. And they'd be like, wow, this seems like real quiet for a channel of 1,000 people. I think this is a bunch of lies. That's really why I'm on Facebook. And so I can take my Facebook live videos and put them to something else. So any of the YouTube people, hey, how's it going? Long time no see. I did the live stuff for like 13 seconds, and that didn't work out so well because I was using this camera video recorder to go to my computer. My computer just didn't have the processing power, so my videos look like crap. C'est la vie. We'll fix it someday. And it won't be this day. But we will come up with a day where we make some money and then be like, hey, we got all the equipment to do Facebook Live and have it be awesome. In fact, what we're working on is pretty cool. Nobody's here yet. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm so excited. Daddy's going to be on. We're going to have a channel. But they're not here. So I'm going to go ahead and get on with the show. How are your habits going? So if you've never seen me before, hi, my name's Jacob. I am a real estate agent in the Pacific Northwest. I am a content creator. I really like writing. I like writing and video. We'll see where that goes. I don't know. I like Space Force. I like space. I like science and technology, STEM. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's the thing that can save humanity. I was watching some stuff on climate change, and people are like, oh my god, if the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but working on technologies that would actually fix that. you put the blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't know. I have this belief that human beings are really obsessed with our own demise. And so what we do is we take our own struggles with our own personal mortality and then project it onto the world. And that's virtually every single belief system that you ever see, whether it's like environmentalism, Christianity, Islam, and like greedism, any sort of belief system. It's basically like we're going to die someday and we need to do something about it. Oh my God, the Nazis are coming. Oh my God, the climate change is coming. Oh my God, the environmental degradation is coming. Oh my God, the Cold War is coming. Nuclear war is coming. The whatever. Nuclear war. Anyways, it's nuclear, by the way, everybody. Nuclear, and you clear. Yeah, so my name's Jacob, realtor, Pacific Northwest. I like to talk about habits. Oh my God, Pat Nice is here. My day just got that much brighter. Hey, Pat, how's it going? I'm saying hi to the people who've never been here before. Oh my God, Bree found me too. That's really exciting. Message failed to send. That's really unexciting. I'm getting a SIM card failure on my freaking phone right now. That's really aggravating. We switched to Comcast. Hey, I'm going to give you a money saving tip real quick. So let's say you're on the Verizon network. I was. Then I switched to Comcast. You know why? Because I'm not going anywhere. Like, there's not crap for me to do. Which Comcast Xfinity actually uses the Microsoft, or not Microsoft, but the Verizon network. So let's say that you already have Comcast Internet or Comcast Cable. I don't know why you'd have cable. But let's just say you have that. You can go ahead and bundle up your phone into it, and we're literally saving $100 a month. So, something you may consider, using Xfinity Mobile. But apparently the SIM cards have some issues, so I don't know about that. I probably just have a bad SIM card. Which means that, well, actually, I don't know what I'll do. I'll figure it out. And I'll take phone calls and stuff from my... That's really aggravating. I don't know what to do about that just yet. We'll figure it out. Because I can still do text messaging through my computer. And I should be able to take phone calls through my computer. Anyways, so I'm going to go back to the people who've never watched my show before. That's who I was talking to, Bree and Pat. Realtor, Pacific Northwest, content creator. I like to talk about habits. I like Space Force. Yay. I like to talk about a place called the future, and I like people being happy and informed, but not in a way that freaks them out. Because I personally believe that mainstream news is cancer and poison and brain cancer poison. It's terrible. It's really bad for people. Yeah, that's the end of the story. But we'll go to the beginning of the story. Let's talk about habits. I like to talk about habits every single day. How are our habits doing? Are we working out? Are we drinking enough water? Those are big ones. I'm drinking like a gallon of water a day, which means I have to pee all the time, which, there's worse things to do. Titties in the sky, ding dong on saving that money. Woo, yeah. We're all about saving that money and then investing in the place I like to call the stock market. Put your money in a place where you're going to get a return on it. If you don't have assets, you're going to get left behind very, 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 very quickly. The best example I have for why you should invest is, and I'm talking about really conservative investing. If you took the money that people spent on the original iPod, which was iPod, which was $300, if you had taken that $300 and spent it on Apple stock, it would be worth $50,000 today. Not every corporation is going to be an Apple, but the point is basically like a lot of millennials and a lot of zennials, I think is what they're called, are going to be like, oh, we're never going to be able to afford everything. And be like, well, why are you eating a lot? Why did you just spend $10 on breakfast, drinking a latte and eating a bagel? I could do that for $1.50 at my house. And they're like, oh my God, you're one of those people. I'm going to go ahead and walk around with my liberal arts Gen Femders. That's what I'm going to call them. The Femders studies degree, and expect to, like, my $100,000 of debt that I make a minimum payment on to go ahead and just, like, not impact my future whatsoever. Small steps. We're all about small steps here. I drank a Bud Light yesterday that was basically water. It kind of is. I liked, my drinking beer back in the day was Coors Light or Rolling Rock, but I can't drink Rolling Rock's too disgusting. Coors Light, you can drink it all day. It's good river beer, so it's like you're basically kind of getting a buzz with hydration. It's great. Anyways, I like to talk about habits because it's the little things that make a big difference. Just stack them up over time. How are you with your loved ones? Are you nice to them? Or are you jerks every single day and like, oh, I'm going to buy you the biggest bouquet of flowers on your birthday. It's going to be the best birthday ever. Oh my God, da 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 da. It don't make up for the rest of the year, jerks. So don't be jerks. Just be nice. And then you can really schlep off on the holidays and they're going to be like, oh, he's kind of a jerk. But he's so good. No, you should still do a good job on the important days. And then you'll be like the best person ever. And if you can add some emotional instability in there, man, people are going to love you. They're going to be like, whoa, what's going to happen next? I'm so excited. So habits. I like to talk about working out. You can work out every single day. Just don't kill yourself every single day. It doesn't need to be a 10 every single day in the gym. Get a 5 every single day, and you're going to wind up getting more workouts throughout the entire year, and you'll be healthier as a result of it. This is about longevity. It's not about just getting straight swole. I took yesterday off because my calves and my feet were just freaking killing me because I like to work out with kettlebells. I do it almost every single day. I have discovered that if I actually back off quite a bit and go to like 5-6 days a week, I think I'm just going to stick with 5 days a week. I have significantly better gains and my body just feels better. And Bree says, yay, let's be nice. Yes, let's be nice. I agree with you, Bree. We should just be nice. Speaking of not being nice, where the F is Emily? She's like, oh, I gotta give this a chance. Just so much CoronaCafe. It could be so good. And I don't see her doing anything. Oh, maybe she just popped in. Hey, third person who just joined. If it's Emily, I apologize. If it's not, anyways. So that's basically it. A workout, exercise. If you're concerned about the coronavirus, get some sleep and drink some water. Get some sunshine. Take some vitamin D. Don't eat a bunch of sugar. Stop being a fatty, and you should probably be fine. If you take a look at the comorbidities, I gotta say something about the comorbidities, by the way. Here's something that I recently discovered, and I've known for a really long time. The left and the right is stupid. It's just stupid. Like, I'm on Twitter all the time, and I think you should get your news from Twitter. I'm telling you, you should get your news from Twitter. It's a significantly better resource than CNN or Fox News. MSNBC, definitely. Oh my God, Malcolm Nance's stolen valor? I had no idea. Actually, we'll talk about Malcolm Nance real quickly before I start talking about the idiots in the 6%. So Malcolm Nance is like one of the Special Forces Security State advisors, talking heads on MSNBC, and they're like, oh my God, this guy did so much clandestine stuff with the NSA or the CIA, and he was in the Navy, and he did, hey, Maria, how's it going? What's going on? So he's like this bad special force, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, oh wait, he got kicked out, and oh wait, he sucks. Malcolm Nance just sucks, and he's a liar. Stolen valor is apparently a big thing that I had no idea existed. It's something that I just didn't really know until about like 2 weeks ago, that people lie about their military service so they can end up on television to make money. And then people are like, oh my God, they're so great. We should listen to this person because they hate Donald Trump. What? Hey, I can bash on Donald Trump all day. I kind of like him, and I don't even need to lie. Hire me. Give me millions of dollars. You'll love me. You'll just be like, oh my God, we should give Jacob his own show. And then it'll be like, oh God, we gave Jacob his own show, and he's saying the F word a whole bunch. He wouldn't. If he was getting millions of dollars, I would stop saying the F word. Oh, sorry for the delay. You were in the shower. Okay, you're forgiven. Go ahead and wait. My child. I can't. How do you... Bless your head. Bless your little heart. Well, we'll do it like this. Bless your little heart. We won't do the little Catholic smudgy thingy on your head. Where is it going? The 6%. Oh, okay. So there's this thing. It was the CDC. They're just like, hey, guess what? Only 6% of the people who died from the coronavirus didn't have a comorbidity. And then idiot Twitter was just like, oh, see, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, it's not killing healthy people. Only 6% of people die from the coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. They're like, well, no, actually what they're saying is that the comorbidities is like actually the thing that kills. Yeah, so we're shutting down the economy because of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but everybody in the United States is old and fat. And like, well, stupid. And so there's a whole bunch of that on Twitter. Like, is anybody shocked by this? Like, is the comorbidity thing being like the most shocking thing in the universe? No, it's not. It's a thing that we've known since the beginning. If you're old and fat and have diabetes, the coronavirus is going to kill you. It's coming for you. It's coming for you like Cardi B crawling in your window, sniffing out a bunch of money and cocaine, saying, oh, God, I'm going to get your stuff. That's what the coronavirus does to old, sick people who are fat and have diabetes and possibly drug addictions and alcoholism. God, Cardi B's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry I swore. I promise I'm not going to swear anymore. God, I can't believe this woman exists. I just can't. I can't. And I can't believe Ben Shapiro has a hard-on for her. If you look at any Cardi B stuff, like, look at her without makeup and tell me she's not a man. Tell me she's not a man, and then try to picture the hard-up dudes who are just like, God, I'm so hard up for sex, I need to pay Cardi B to have sex with me and have her steal all my money while she drugs me. And then America's like, we're going to give you millions of dollars to sing shitty music. I just can't. I'm going to talk about politics because it's way more civilized than rap music. Let's just get on with the show. For those of you who haven't seen me, I like to talk about politics. So, Kyle Rittenhouse, the Kenosha kid, a 17-year-old kid who shot 3 people. 2 of them he killed. One he, I wouldn't say maimed, but he definitely screwed up his arm. Good shot, by the way. So this kid's getting blasted on the internet. Just absolutely hammered. So it's like, oh my God, he's a white supremacist. He's a killer. He's blah, 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 blah. That's defamation. That's clear-cut defamation. A lot of organizations are going to get sued over what they said about this kid. You could say alleged white supremacist or alleged mass murderer, blah, 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 blah. Well, Facebook, we're going to talk about social media news. Actually, we're going to talk about quite a bit of social media news. Facebook is currently considering him to be a mass shooter. So, like, coming out in favor of him and saying anything is great about blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, you're going to get in trouble. A couple of big accounts have been suspended as a result of coming out in support of Kyle Rittenhouse, such as Mark Dice and, what's her name? Cassandra Fairbanks. You probably don't know who they are. They're really big on Twitter, internet, cloudy stuff. But they have big accounts. Anyways, so they got in trouble for it, and you get faced with deletion. And here's the thing. That's clear defamation. I mean, Facebook is putting itself in the position of being a publisher by doing that stuff. And here's the thing about the Article 230, I think is what it's called. So people want to have, like, the internet regulated. It's like, we need to regulate Facebook, and we need to regulate YouTube, and we need to regulate Twitter. And so if you actually look into the regulations behind that, which is, the argument is that these companies get to be both publishers and platforms. So a platform's kind of like a platform from which you get to speak. And a publisher says, this is what you get to say. And so these platforms are acting as publishers by saying, this is what you get to say. Well, it's specifically only in the area of defamation. So it's like, you can't defame somebody on these platforms because then the platform will be held liable for the speech of you defamating or whatever. But it would be them approving your defamation. So it's actually really, really narrow in scope. There's not a lot to do there. With that said, Facebook coming out and saying, oh yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse is a mass murderer. Oh, that's clear defamation. So, like, the Nick Sandman, the freaking MAGA kid, he got millions. Kyle Rittenhouse could get billions over this. And I'm not exaggerating. There could be serious punitive damages against Facebook over this one. It's a big freaking deal. It's just stupid. It's really stupid because Facebook has, like, more money than God. It's a $500 billion corporation. And if the wrong judge gets it, holy shit. So please excuse my language again. Andrew Lloyd Webber made fun of her for a second. Made her fun for a second. Oh, yeah, no, I get it. Like, Cardi B is a good time. If you haven't seen her coronavirus, this shit is real. Coronavirus. That's what cocaine looks like. You could basically take a look at, like, Cardi B talking about the coronavirus or Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend, fiance, whatever her name is, Kylie Minogue. What is her freaking name? Help me out here. I'm tired. I had, like, a screaming baby all night, so I have, like, dad brain going on, like, just the tired brain. Kimberly Guilfoyle. Kimberly Guilfoyle at the RNC. or Cardi B talking about the coronavirus, that's what cocaine looks like. So what else are we going to talk about? Oh, yeah, so I talked about Section 230. And so specifically, let's talk... Hey, Sean Humphrey, how you going? Hope your kettlebell swings are going good. I'm up to 53 pounds now, single arms. Woo! 53-pound Turkish get-ups. What up? Anyways, so right now we're actually talking about 230, Article 230, the regulation of the big platforms, publishers, the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube space. So there's some politicians that are looking at breaking up Google. And so people are like, oh man, it's going to be just like the Seven Sisters, like when you broke up Standard Oil and now you had like these 7 companies like break off, or like the Six Sisters, whatever it was. It's like Shell, Texaco, British Petroleum, which is now Beyond Petroleum because they're so woke. And the other ones, it doesn't even freaking matter. Chevron. They're all basically the same company. Google's different. So the way Google's different is that all of Google's revenue comes from ad spend, like all of its search. So the thing is like if you separated Google from Android, Android seriously is not that profitable. It makes some money, nothing in comparison to search. And so then if you also broke off Maps from that, Maps would not be successful either. So if you actually separate Google from all of the other stuff, the Google empire would collapse. To some extent. You'd still have like the search thing covered, but all of their other little tendrils that they have like infecting the rest of the globe would have some issues. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. A lot of that depends on the election and who gets elected. If it's up to Rand Paul, actually, I would say if it's up to Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz, who could potentially be president. 2 politicians on the left and the right that you want to like pay attention to who could potentially be president. Matthew Gaetz on the right and AOC on the left. Literally, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez could be president. I know you guys don't believe it, but it's true. It would be 20 to 30 years. She's got a lot of time. She'd have to, well, no, you can say pretty much anything. Here's the thing, man. Is reality not broken or what broken? Yeah, no, Donald Trump's the president. I guarantee you that AOC could be president. AOC was able to bend Nancy Pelosi to her will in 1 term, less than 1 term, in half a term. For a representative, that's 1 year. She bent the Congress to her will. That's clout. And that's because rhetoric and passion seems to be the thing that works in politics right now. If you can like just yell with a lot of enthusiasm and you're attractive enough, you can be quite powerful in the United States of America. Shit, put me in office, woo! You're going to see some crazy stuff happen. Actually, you wouldn't, because I'd be working with the giant ironmongers and be like, hey guys, so how can I get money once I'm out of here? Like, how could you guys pay me just like trillions and trillions of dollars? Like, what sort of bills do you want me to pass? Just go ahead and send them daddy's way. And how do I make Space Force happen? Anyways, so let's talk about the rioters and how much fun they were. Because they were a good time. They were a really good time. Actually, I'm going to drink some water real quick. Excuse me. Had to re-up. You should drink your water. It's good for you. Yeah, so let's talk about the rioters and the stupid kids. And all kinds of stupid people. So actually, we're going to talk about this guy whose name is somebody. Like Reinhold, or I don't remember what it is. The Portland guy. So there was the MAGA guy in Portland who got killed by the Antifa Portland guy who's like, oh, I'm Portland guy, and I love Antifa, and I was in the army, and I love Antifa. And the media's like, Antifa doesn't exist. And he's like, for Antifa and my memorandum of my blah, 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 blah. And so he made some sort of statement, right? So he kills a guy who's part of Patriot Prayer, who is, well, you can assume exactly who that is. Woo, MAGA, we love the United States of America and Christianity. So Patriot Prayer is like a conservative religious movement organization in Oregon, in Portland, who was protesting in the middle of protests, and then one of their guys got shot by this guy. And so this guy is walking around like he hasn't been arrested or anything, and people are like, how did he get arrested? He was able to shoot and blah, 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 blah. In fact, he was interviewed by Vice, and then he got clapped. I don't know what happened. The feds rolled up, and all I saw was video of his body on the ground, and they're trying to resuscitate him. So I don't know what happened. Anytime there's a police shooting, wait 3 days. I'm not going to comment on it beyond this guy got clapped. Allegedly, he had a gun. Let's talk about the D.C. guy. So there's this kid in D.C. He's 18 or 19 years old. He got shot and killed by the cops. People are freaking out about it like, oh my God, they're literally killing us. There were riots and protests in D.C. over it. Kid pointed a gun at a cop, okay? He pointed a gun at a cop. And this cop waited until the exact last second. Now, I personally think, looking at the video, that what happened is he was running, and then he turned a corner and was running, and his gun was in the direction of the cop, and the cop was like, and just plot. Like, I think he just got shot once. Anyways, and so I think that was bad luck. But nonetheless, resisting arrest, had a gun, Jacob doesn't care. Jacob doesn't care anymore. If you're resisting arrest and you get killed by the police, I don't care. If you're resisting arrest and you have a gun, I really don't care. If you're resisting arrest, have a gun, and there's videos of you on the internet like, yo, sup, blah, 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 blah. The amount of videos of this child brandishing a weapon and pointing it at the camera and his friends and just acting like a hood, and then this person gets killed, I don't care. I don't care. You know what happened as a result of the cops killing this kid? He didn't go out and kill somebody. I have enough friends who are social workers who work with kids like this, and anytime they get killed, they're like, you know what? This kid was going to kill a bunch of people. It's better that he's dead now. Now, they tell me this in private because I can't actually say anything about it, but it's the freaking truth. Like, there's a predictive analytic used in, I want to say it's in, not Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, where the cops take a look at the likelihood of a child, young male, becoming a violent offender, and they can even tell you exactly how long it is until they commit murder. Like, and they'll guess it within a year. Because there's just a certain escalation of crime that all of these people fall under. And you can't rehabilitate them. They're violent criminals. They're psychopaths. Who come from really, really damaged homes. Like, if you screw up somebody before the age of 4, the likelihood of you being able to save them is like this big. And if they don't learn how to read, like, really, really well by the age of 8, I'm not going to say you should write them off, but if I was a betting man, I would not put my money on them curing cancer. So, there's a reason that we're going to this. So, there has been over 1,000 federal charges brought. Hey, Ray's in the house. Rachel's back in the house. Motherfucker, Rachel's in the house. We love Rachel in the house. Rachel. That was just for you. Excuse me. So, there's been like 1,000 federal charges brought against these little idiot rioters. Here's the thing, and this was not my viewpoint, or I didn't realize this. Should have realized it. Should have realized it sooner, but I didn't. So we have all of these kids who are rioting because they hate racism. Okay, so like we have largely, I would say, Black Lives Matter is white kids. So we have all these white kids who are smashing things and burning and fighting with the feds and trying to set courthouses and police precincts on fire, taking over like whole neighborhoods, causing lots and lots of problems, right? Shining lasers at freaking helicopters. Thousands, like 1,000 federal arrests. So far. Just so far. Charges, not arrests. There's going to be more of them. When they go to prison, they're going to have to join the Nazi gangs. Did anybody think about this? Did anybody think about it? No, I'm serious. When they go into general population, they're going to get broken up by race. Literally. They're going to have to join racist gangs in order to survive in prison. Otherwise, they're going to get shanked. Legit. If that isn't fucking irony and also just like, I wouldn't even say it's irony. I would say it's like justice, but it's kind of like that. Bree probably knows the word I'm looking for. It's like a symphonic justice. It's like poetry. It's like, I don't know. What am I looking for? Help me out here, Bree. It's when something just sounds so beautiful and amazing that it brings tears to your eyes and you're like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's like the birth of a child, except it's a birth of a 20-year-old woke piece of shit who thought they could throw a Molotov cocktail at a federal officer and now has to become a Nazi and get tattoos. Or they can go in with the pedos and get raped. That's it. That's their choices. They can join racist gangs or get raped. That's their option. I had a stern conversation with Ollie about not freaking protesting, and I said, you're too pretty for prison, babe. Yeah, you should tell him that one. Serendipity. That is actually exactly the word that I'm looking for. It's actually not exactly the word I'm looking for, but it's a good word for it. And it's a good thing you talk to your kid about that, because I'm not even kidding about that. I mean, seriously. These kids are so screwed. They're in so much freaking trouble. And I blame their parents. I blame their parents, and I blame damn Ted Wheeler. And whatever her name is, who's getting recalled, but doesn't want to get recalled, and she's petitioning the Supreme Court. What's her name? Mayor Penny? Mayor Peggy? Mayor PP? Down in Seattle. And then all these other places. Man, I hope some DAs get charges against them. If there's one group of people that I really blame for all of this, it's district attorneys who aren't prosecuting these people. And this woke like this sort of woke, let's just drop people on the street, we'll arrest them, catch and release sort of thing, because we need bail reform. Yeah, we need bail reform, but we need bail reform for people who ain't violent criminals, okay? Are you a violent criminal? Yes. Okay, you get to sit in jail until you go to prison, okay? Oh, or until you pay bail, okay? And then Mayor wow. Bree, such language. I'm not going to bring that to the people of YouTube. They're too pure. Bree has a special reason to hate Mayor of Seattle, because Mayor of Seattle ruined her beautiful, beautiful town. I bet Bree's been there longer. Man, Officer Best stood down. Police Commissioner Officer Best of the best stood down, and it was sad. And then I looked at her Twitter feed, and it was just a bunch of people like, yeah, well, if you weren't such a Nazi, racist, blah, 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 and then a whole bunch of slurs. What gets me about these kids is how they can, they're a bunch of white kids slinging racial slurs at minorities. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. I can't wait until Rand Paul and Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump have their way with them. As well as the Nazis in jail. Okay, so also with the kid who got shot in D.C., as well as Portland guy, I'm gonna wait 3 days because I just wanna wait. So let's talk about Governor Cuomo. What the F is he doing? Oh, you better have a bunch of security if you're gonna come to New York. No, he needs an army if he's gonna come to New York City. The governor of New York is saying this about a citizen of New York who's also the president of the United States. He's like threatening the president of the United States on TV, trying to drum up what the hell? Like, people are so dim. They are really dim. They're really dim. Anyways, what the hell is he doing though? Like, that is just such, I don't know, hyperbolic language. Like, I understand that and this is actually this was my big problem with Donald Trump. Out of everything, I'm going to tell you the biggest problem I ever had with Donald Trump being president. It would be that the discourse would go like this, ka-chink. Like, we would all go down a level because his rhetoric's just so outlandish, and he's a kick the shit out of him kind of a guy. Which I don't think we need to have that in politics. Like, I think it's really unhealthy. I also think it's incredibly unhealthy for kids to see this stuff. So for children to watch the President of the United States speaking in this manner isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing. And when I look at the way that kids are behaving and responding as a result of it, not a good thing. Not a citizen of New York, Floridian. He's from New York. And he owns real estate in New York. Okay, so his home base is Mar-a-Lago. which was the best deal ever. Oh my God, I saw Mar-a-Lago the first time, and I knew that I wanted Mar-a-Lago, so I offered him like $5 million, and they're like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm just going to let it go. And then I'd call him every few years, and then I finally got Mar-a-Lago. $5 million, best deal of my life. You should read his book or listen to it sometime. Swear to God, it's pretty funny. And actually, it is a pretty good book on business. Like, a lot of people are like, this isn't a book on business. Yeah, no, trust me, I do sales. Like, I've done sales. Because I don't really do real estate that much. Because I'm not a cold caller. I am good on the phone. I had a friend who once said I need to just talk to warm leads all day. If I talk to warm leads all day, Jesus, I'll close them all day long. I would be rich really, really, really fast. Cold leads, I ain't the guy for it. I'm good at it, but I freaking hate it. Anyways, my point, Donald Trump's New York. He's New York, New York, New York. And the president has a right to go wherever the hell the president wants to. Suck it up, Buttercup. Sorry, Governor Cuomo, steroids, old man who killed a bunch of old people. God, he bucks me. Oh, yeah, no, you should listen to it. No, the only reason I would recommend anybody listening to Making a Deal, Winning the Deal, The Art of the Deal, is if they're really looking at being some sort of large corporate douchebag. I don't know exactly what the word I'm looking for is, but if you're looking to be some sort of big capitalist, and the way that Donald Trump manages his empire is very similar to the way that Jeff Bezos manages his. Small meetings, lots of time on the phone, gets crap done really, really fast. Days just booked full of it. Boom, 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 talking to people all day long. For like 5 minutes at a time. That's really how you get it done. Where are we going? Which I would love so much. Oh my God. If somebody finds me on the internet and they're like, Jacob, we want you to make lots of money. I'm just like, okay. But I want to know what I'm actually going to be doing. No, I'm not going to sign on until you actually tell me what I'm going to be doing. Oh yeah, no, until you sell my soul. Yeah, no, totally. I'll sell, I don't know, little zippy go-go's to like old people on Medicare. Let me see, what else? The publisher stuff, the Dow Jones was on fire yesterday. All my stocks went up and then they went back down. Tesla and Apple split, which basically means, I don't know what the hell it means. They just issue a bunch more stock, I think. Personally speaking, I do not think now is the time to be buying anything. I'm going to wait until the stock market does a big dip and then I'll buy some stuff. And the big one I am watching is Palantir. I am not an investment advisor. I'm just commenting on the market and telling you exactly what I'm going to be doing. Before we go to the next subject, Bree has a comment in the sections. My dog barfed on me last night, and I would rather that happen for hours on end than listen to that. No, I would take the art of the deal. I would totally take art of the deal as opposed to dogs vomiting on me. Because it's really just bile and, like, swollen food. Why don't they chew their food? Dogs, seriously, chew your food before you swallow it. Maybe you won't puke so much. Jesus Christ. Kid pointed gun. Oh, let's talk about more news. More current newsy news. So there is an Atlantic article about Trump saying World War I people died or whatever, and suck them and whatever. And they're stupid. It's fake news. So when we were talking about how the algorithm is going to start banging out a lot of fake news right before the election, this is the quintessential example. If there's an article from the Atlantic, don't even bother reading it. It's trash. As hard as I am on the New York Times, at least news comes from the New York Times. The Atlantic is almost pure propaganda at this point. I don't believe this article for a second. Why? A bunch of anonymous sources. I no longer trust anonymous sources in regards to Donald Trump. Because it's always like some anonymous source. I don't trust a bunch of Clinton, Obama generals coming out and blasting Donald Trump. They're a bunch of warmongers. They want us to be in Afghanistan for 100 years because we got to fight them over there so we don't have to fight them over here. Also, Boeing and Lockheed are making lots of money with me on their board, so whatever. Suck it, Mattis. Yeah, I don't trust any of those people. Thank you for your service, but whatever. I don't trust them. The moral of the story is I don't trust anonymous sources, and I don't trust the people who are coming out in favor of them. McChrystal can go straight to hell. So can Brennan. And Clapper. And Comey, all those fucking, ugh. Anyways, so here's the reason why. First off, they're anonymous sources. I don't trust them in regards to Trump. It's right before an election. They drop it. It's from The Atlantic. All these three things are suspect. Also, the article is, it's not granular. There's not a lot of details. It's super, super vague. So when you're reading a story and it has a lot of credibility to it, it's like, that's when we were sitting on the veranda and the sun was coming down, blah, 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 blah. We were sitting there eating like crisps with blah, 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 blah. It was the golden hour. Our waitress came up and said, would you like any more martinis? And I said yes. Mine had 2 olives with garlic in them. Hers had a jalapeno stuffed garlic. That's when she told me about the conspiracy to bring down the United States of America. There's none of those freaking details in the article. If it's anonymous sources, political season, bashing a political opponent, and it's super, super vague, it's fake news. Just count on it. Be shocked if it's real. Apply that lens and you'll be right 99% of the time. Also, why the hell would Donald Trump even say that kind of stuff? Donald Trump says a lot of... Here's the thing. Here's what blows me away. Why you gotta make up anything about it? Why do we have to have anonymous sources blasting Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah? Just go to his Twitter feed and talk about whatever he said today. Whatever he said today is enough. That's plenty, trust me. I look at his Twitter feed, I'm like, oh my God, he's doing it again. I also laugh while I'm saying, oh my God, he's doing it again. God, it's funny. Why is he the president? Oh, yeah. No, it's because of these people. It's because of these stupid, neoliberal, lying, warmonger, Davos, like, giant money, ego-sucking, child pedo fucks from hell. That's why Donald Trump's president. That's why. The media lies to us all the time. Dude, the media lies to us so much that people are really, 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 really starting to distrust the media. Even like half of the left doesn't trust mainstream media at this point. 100% of the right doesn't, which is really, really dangerous. Like, I don't know, whoever bald guy who Breed could beat the crap out of, Brian Stelter, over on CNN is just like, there's no bias in news. What are you talking about, Brian Stelter? Shut up. Everybody knows you're a liar. Just shut up. Suck it. Anyways, I digress. That's all I got. Anything anybody want to talk about? I got some ideas. Hey, let's talk about love languages. Dude, Hitchens wrote for them. Yeah. Hitchens also died 10 years ago. Okay? I can tell you that the quality of the media has greatly degraded over the last 5 years. Especially the last 5 years. Hitchens wasn't alive during clickbait. Okay? Clickbait and Facebook destroyed media in this country. Actually, let me take that back. Google and Facebook destroyed journalism in this country. Okay? They absolutely destroyed it. Because people need to get clicks. They just need to get clicks. They need to have sensational titles in order for people to click on so they can get their advertising revenue. Google and Facebook just sucked up all of the advertising revenue, and it's the platforms where everybody's hanging out on. So, yeah, no, like, that destroyed journalism. Also, so did millennials going into journalism. So, while Hitchens was alive, these little millennials were in college, Hitchens dies, and then they go to, like, work for Vice or, like, The Verge or Wired, and then we now have a bunch of, like, 25-year-olds trying to dictate foreign policy to us through journalism. It's a bunch of garbage. It fell apart because we lost him. I could actually, there's an argument to that. Christopher Hitchens was one of the linchpins in our society. I hope to fill that void with my anger. I don't know if I'm a Hitchens. It could be. I don't know. Gotta go get those clicks. Next Cardi B song. That's a good one. I'm glad it's not your next tramp stamp. Man, I miss Christopher Hitchens. He was good. He was healthy for our society. I'm looking at the people. Here's something that scares the crap out of me. And it really does. It really concerns me. I'm looking at the people who are filling the void, like these new sort of, I guess you could say, contrarian journalists. They don't got his scope, okay? They don't have his breadth. They do not have critical thinking. Like, there's serious gaps, and it's on the left and the right. I mean, I see as many gaps on the right's thinking as I do in the left's thinking in current era America. And it's basically like, my team sport, yay, ha 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 ha, kind of stuff. And it's really sad. Like, there are some really, really good people out there, and they're all assholes. Like, Alexander Ali is a pretty good example of, I guess you could call him kind of he's more of a political consultant, but he does a lot of periscopes. He's a pretty good voice on the right. Even he's a religious fanatic. Read a bunch of Anthony Sullivan today. Ouch. Ouch, I don't even know who that is. That's how ignorant I am. Let's talk love languages. How's that sound? There's a book called Love Languages. I don't know what the hell it said. There's certain books out there where you can save yourself, and Bree backed me up on this, where you can save yourself a lot of trouble and just Google summary of love languages, and then you can read one page of bullet points, and you're going to get everything. Okay, if you're going to be reading Marcus Aurelius Meditations, you need to read the whole damn book, okay? Because the whole book is bullet points. But most books are basically like 4 bullet points, just drug out over like this much because they get paid by the word from their publisher. I don't know exactly. Where was I going with this? Love languages. My love language is acts of service. Mine actually, it is too, to be quite honest. Like, I would say my love language is cooking. Like, I love cooking for people. It's like, here, I love you, eat this. And then they're like, oh, yay, tacos. And that's how I communicate it. Your waters is words of affirmation. Your daughters is words of affirmation. That's good. Yeah, no, what gets me is the gifty people. There's people like, here, take this. And I'm like, oh, am I supposed to give you something? And they're like, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I feel so awkward. Have a taco. Affirmation. Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Love languages are shooting stars trying to make sense. Are shooting stars of trying to make sense. Yeah, maybe. Well, here's the thing. So, it's important to communicate with people. Learning that helped me help her. Awesome. Yeah, communicate with people in a way that's important to them. And that's actually the whole point that I'm really trying to get at. Love language is secondary to communicate with people in the way that they want to be communicated with. That's also effective with the way that they like to be communicated with. I'm really good at that. Jessica's pretty good at that. I have I don't know, the best way to communicate with Jacob is get to the point. Like, I have no freaking patience. Like, I have very little patience. Like, here's the thing I have the least amount of patience for in the universe. Somebody who's trying to make something sound really smart. So they're like, so that's when I was thinking, actually, let me see if I can come up with this. Yeah, so imagine for a second that blah, 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 blah. And that's when I had the realization of blah, 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 blah. I was smoking my tobacco while on the veranda, sipping a martini. I was like, what's the fuck? Oh, I realized that if you pull your pants down before you pee, it's way more effective than leaving your pants on when you pee. Really? Really? That's what you wanted? Really? So, not only is the setup way too damn much, the point is stupid, and the point could have been covered in 1/10 of the time. That pisses me off. It just makes me so angry. And I sit there, and I visibly start getting more and more angry, and then people are like, why are you so angry? And I'm like, because you're not getting to the point. And then they're offended. And then they're personally offended, like, oh, well, I'm sorry I'm not as smart as somebody like you. And I'm like, yeah, no, clearly you're not, because you're just saying a bunch of stupid shit, stupid. God. Oliver's ex-girlfriend asked me to take a love language test because she thought I was mean. Well, you are mean, and I don't think the love language would really help with that. The point is muted by the effort. Exactly. Thank you. Man, Bree, you should really be my press secretary once I go do whatever I wind up doing. If y'all can hang out for a second, we can just keep talking. I'll go get some coffee. Get all jacked. My Teamsters local. Man, I can tell you one thing that their dudes are making. They make an awesome mug. This is like a $25 mug. This is really good quality. Handcrafted. Just absolutely wonderful. Made in the good old US of A. Maybe I should have them be part of my, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to go get some coffee. think about what you want to talk about. Just let me know, and then we'll talk about it. Ew. I'm back. Hey guys, I'm back. Did you miss me? I'm back. Bree for secretary. Bree has a boob mug. Nobody wants to talk about nothing. I got something to talk about. I'm gonna talk about mental health for a second. So I don't know how to talk about the mental health thing. There is a type of psychology out there which deals with, I guess you could say it's kind of, well, so I want to talk about it in a way that's constructive for you guys. I could talk about something, but if you don't have access to it, it's just kind of like, oh my God, guys, I had the best food ever. It's like the shrimp dish, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, but you can't have those shrimps. You have to like be a member of this society where you make $1 trillion a year and then you can have the shrimp. So you'll never have it, but it's so delicious. I'm going to talk some Jungian psychology. So, our identities are a series of identities. So, let's see if we can pull out this book, and this book works. Do I have a blank page? No, because it's no Corona book. Man, having a kid screwed some stuff up. Well, I wouldn't say screwed some stuff up. But, let's try doing a little face right here. There's some lips in the chin. Okay. So the center is you. That's you as a person. And then these little bubbles are your various identities. And so we're not just one person. We're a committee. And so I'm glad you found your Abraham Lincoln socks, Bree. So we'll do the front-facing one. So this could be like your social identity or your social personality. Now, your social personality might have a number of different manifestations. So socially at work, I'm this way. But socially at a party, I'm this way. Socially with my friends, I'm this way. Socially with my enemies, I'm this way. This could be my higher reasoning. This is my higher reasoning when I'm intoxicated. This is my higher reasoning when I'm mad. This is when I'm really mad. This is when I'm like blinding rage, da-da-da-da-da. So if you notice that sometimes you will act a certain way in response to certain things. So I discovered this as a result of taking care of Cordy B. So Cordy B has the scream, okay? Like, she's a screamer. I had, believe it or not, my kid's mouthy. She's a month old and she's mouthy. Shocking, I know. Oh, she's also salty. Shocking, I know. But here's the thing. When she screams, it causes the water in my ears to vibrate. It goes just a little bit, like, which drives people crazy. So the purple crying is what they call it now. Colic specifically is when they cry forever and ever and ever. I think they have to cry, like, scream for like 4 hours, and then it's called colic. Anyways, purple crying can drive you freaking nuts. And that's when babies get killed by their parents. Like, seriously, it's a result of that. And so I was looking at it, and I was like, man, I'm getting really angry. I need to breathe and calm down a little bit and just go ahead and add a girl. She's perfect. She is, man. I'm going to teach her, like, we're going to get her in boxing. Here's a little tip, by the way. You want to teach your kids to fight and you want them to be good strikers? Get them into boxing from, like, 6 to maybe puberty. what they're going to do is they're going to develop the hand-eye coordination. Like, they're going to know how to move, but they don't do any damage yet because they can't hit that hard. There's not much power behind it. So by the time they start really getting power, you just transition them into something like judo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, taekwondo, anything else, and then they're going to be a really well-rounded fighter and be able to handle some stuff. And then that's when she's getting the kettlebells. Anyways, what I looked at was like, man, I am getting super pissed off about this. I wonder if, because the type of therapy that I had was, we specifically dealt with identities. And I don't know the name of it. Like, if you really actually want me to find out, just shoot me a message. What type did you find? I'll reach out to my old psychologist, who is awesome. Like, she's actually part of the reason that I moved to Bellingham. Not making it up. I moved to Bellingham partially. We're going to say at least 25% of the reason was to specifically see this lady. And so I go see her, and then we talk about the identity stuff, and I was like, hey, because I've already done some work around that. I've read Jung. I've done, like, the Tibetan Buddhist meditating on a, like, mountain stuff. Okay, cool. So I'm like, why am I so angry about this? I am so disproportionately mad. This is not a good thing. I shouldn't be as pissed off as I am right now, but I am so freaking triggered. And then, you know, rock baby to sleep and da-da-da-da-da. So I started meditating on it and like, hey, wait a second. I just have an identity that's running its thing. And so go back, find out, oh, hey, it was like this childhood experience that I had. And the result the way that I dealt with this childhood experience is by getting really pissed. Like super blind raged pissed. And so what happens is when I hear and it triggers the like the blah wakes up. Okay, so I should just deal with that. So what did I do? I meditated. I dealt with it. I was like, hey, this is the way I need to shift my identity. So let's go to last night. Last night, baby's and I'm like, oh my God, baby's going. And then I was sitting there and I was like waiting for myself to get mad, and I never got mad. Like it was just kind of like a void was right there. I was like, huh. Well, that's really interesting. That is fascinating. Who knew? Come here, little baby. Why don't you come on, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like crying and screaming. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, little honey. Da, 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 da. I know you're so upset. And Jessica's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, she probably needs to get fed and changed. Oh, you got another dirty diaper. Because when she screams, she always pees. Oh, okay, we're going to change a diaper. Okay, cool. Oh, and you're hungry. And then she's like, oh, and then she passes out. The part of the problem is, like, she's like, and then she's like, oh, yay, booby, and then passes out. And then she doesn't eat, because she's like, and like, okay, get off. And then she's like, what? No, you're going to lose your booby. And then repeat. And then watch some old TV shows, and that's been Jacob's month. I still lactate when a baby does that scream. Man, I try to. I try milking it a little bit, and then, like, this clear liquid comes out. I don't think that's what she needs. That doesn't happen. What else can we talk about? Let's talk about The Blacklist. So, I watched the latest season of The Blacklist. Man, that show is simultaneously, like, good and shitty at the same time. It's good in the sense that, like, they actually pay attention to current events and, like, some, I don't know, stuff that's really going on behind the scenes in the government, and it's really ugly. It's stupid because it's just dumb, lazy writing. God, it's dumb. I do love Raymond Reddington, though. I find him to be just a fantastic character. I'd like to think that I could be that kind of crime boss. However, I think that ship has sailed. I got too late in life to really build a giant criminal enterprise. Who's here besides Bree? What do you want to talk about? Is it just Emily and Bree? Somebody working out? I hope you're working out. Maybe we can talk about diet. I got Lindy watching Lucifer. Man, I keep on seeing Lucifer ads show up over and over again. We might check it out. Actually, the next thing I want to watch is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon. 3 seasons. It's so good. It's some of the best, like, animated stuff ever. It's really, 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 really good. Partially because it just ends. Like, anime goes on forever and ever and ever. Like, I love Naruto. I literally think Naruto is the best thing that's ever I got a Naruto pin, okay? I think it's the best thing ever. It's such a good freaking story. You know what? If people actually just all watched Naruto, we wouldn't have the civilization that we lived in today. Like, it would be a significantly better society. And I'm not even making that up. I am literally not making that up. If everybody watched it, everybody would be better people. 100% guaranteed it could save the world. With that said, Ollie loved that show. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic show. I don't have the time to watch 1,000 episodes of something, okay? Like, I don't. I just don't. That's so long. That's so freaking long. Jesus. God, just get to the point. What the F was that flying dragon thing? I don't know what you're talking about, because that could actually have a million interpretations. Here's the thing. Like, there's so much like, could you tell me more about the flying dragon? Then I might be able to tell you, but, like, there's a whole bunch of gigantic animal thingies that pop up. Like, I mean, there's, like, the giant frogs, and then there's, like, I don't know, serpents, and there's, like, giant monsters. Like, you got to be way more specific than that, Bree. Sorry. And then I could probably tell you about it, because here's the thing. Like, it probably refers to something that's, like, bigger than that, so it's going to be, like, everything in that show has a meaning. It's layers of meaning on meaning on meaning on meaning. And nobody's here. It's only you and me, Brie. I'm probably going to go. Nobody's watching my show. I'm so sad. I message all these people, and I'm like, hey, I'm in a Corona Times, and they're going to be like, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, Airbender. Oh, yeah, no. Jafar, whatever his name is. I don't know. He's like... I'll just Google it. You should Google it. Why don't you flying thing in Airbender? Appa. Oh, he's a living sky bison. Duh. I think I'm just going to get on Facebook and see what's going on Facebook. It says Facebook. Firstberg. Hey. Hi. Hey. Yeah, I'm going to go. Bria, I'm going to go. It is a holiday weekend. Are you saying it's a holiday weekend? Boo. Or it's a holiday weekend, boo. And this is why text sucks for communicating, by the way. This is it. That was literally it. It's a holiday weekend. Boo. Or, it's a holiday weekend, boo. What are we going to do? Because you're my boo and who's my boo and Biggie Boo. I don't think Cardi B talks about boos. She came up a little too late. I think boo was more of a, 90s, late 90s, maybe an aughts sort of colloquialism. Uptown? Boo. Yeah, no, so my parents are coming to town like tomorrow, I think. Is it Friday? Yeah, so my parents are coming to town tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be babysitting my parents and changing diapers. For a week. Hopefully not changing their diapers. They ain't quite there yet. They're working on it, though. And we all are, in a way. Yeah, that's all I got. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go and, actually, I got an idea. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some work. So, here's the thing. Here, I'll tell you what I'm doing, Brie. Actually, Sky Bison, next tramp stamp. You should just get the Sky Bison as a tramp stamp, as opposed to Sky Bison worded, like, written out. You should just have Appa there. Have you watched Avatar? Man, my favorite thing was the, like, what is her name? Like, the Earthbender? Like, the angry blind girl? Man, that's my power animal right there. Screw Aang and screw Korra and Sokka and all of them. Just whatever. Her. It's her. Working on the website. I'm going to work on my internet stuff today. And it's actually going pretty well. There's cool stuff. Cool stuff coming. See ya, love to your lady. When are you gonna move up to Bellingham and work for that person? When's that gonna happen? That's what we all wonder in. First Becca. Nobody's on First Becca. Rachel's just uploading pictures of herself not watching my show. Ugh. Go away, Rachel. Bet her and Emily are just chatting like, oh my God. Anyways, I'm going to go. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.